My name is Nashwa and I graduated from Brighton 2 years ago. I'm currently studying law with human rights at the University of Essex, and I just currently finished my second year. So yeah, I just wanted to give you all a few tips that I felt if I had gotten from someone who started university before going in, I would have probably felt a lot more comfortable and a lot less stressed and nervous about it. So hopefully these few things that I have to say can be a little bit helpful for you guys. So first of all, how you can prepare in advance for your first year from an academic point of view. One thing I would say would be going on your course and then looking up your module directory. Once you have an idea of what kind of modules you'll be doing or like what exactly your course is. So a way to do that would be to go on Google, look up your university course, like the course on your university website, and then finding the modules and then searching those up on the module directory. Usually under there you should have like a reading list, which would tell you what readings would be up for that specific module, and that could be a really good way to prepare yourself before the year starts, even where you don't even have to read everything, but you can just take a look at like what kind of articles and books and things that will be required for you, because then you can get quite a good feel for the module and for what kind of things you'll be learning about, what will interest you, what will be like your favorite, and just things like that. And then you can go in and you feel a lot less like it's like a lot less daunting, basically, to go in to learn about the topics that you will be, which I think can be really helpful. From a more personal point of view, to get prepared for moving in would be getting your room sorted and making it really like personal and a really comfortable space for you, because it will be where you will be for the next year at least. So I would say printing out pictures maybe, or like just bringing in mementos from your old room that you feel are homey for you, just to kind of put it in and incorporate into your new room. That could just make it feel a lot less stressful and like just homesick, because all of you guys probably will be having family back in Abu Dhabi. As for cooking as well, that could be another way that you prevent feeling homesick. So for me, for example, I took lots of spices and ingredients that my mom gave me before going to uni, and I know that helped me, because one, I was trying to learn some recipes and stuff from her over summer, which could be something really good that you guys can do as well. But also just having different ingredients like from home that you probably wouldn't be able to find here can be a really like nice way to just feel like you have that like you can cook something that like I make some tabbouleh, like I'll I don't know, cook up some like chicken and potatoes, like my mom's recipe, and it could just make me feel so much better on that day when I do feel like I miss home. From an academic perspective, again, while you're at uni though, it is quite a different jump from school. The biggest thing being that your teachers or your professors will not be as invested as your teachers at school are. Like, we are lucky to have gone to a school like Brighton, where it's like quite small classes, and our teachers are so invested in our work and they know exactly what we're doing. So if you miss a homework, you're in trouble. Whereas when you're at uni, you're the only person that's holding yourself accountable to your academics, and so it could be good and bad. If you're good at organizing yourself, it could just mean perfect, I can not do this certain homework that I feel I really understood this topic, but I will still be making my notes to like be ready for exams. Like, you have a lot more flexibility with how you want to deal with it. For me, I find it a bit more difficult to like be almost like as organized and on top of things. So I had to like learn my way, like a way around it, to like motivate myself to do this stuff, because I have had countless like sleepless nights because I started it too late and I just didn't motivate myself to do it beforehand. So that's like one of the biggest like struggles that you might have to like work through. So bear that in mind, that you will have sleepless nights, and you just kind of have to like make good use of like learning from the experiences that you have. So yeah. As for just actually getting the support that you need to get when you're at uni, it could be really helpful to just make yourself aware of the different platforms that are available at your certain university. So for example, do they have like a student hub? Do they have a residential assistant? So like this year, one of my jobs was being a residential assistant on campus. So like in my accommodation, I would go around and I would like have like on-call shifts if you're on the receiving end of it, I know that sometimes it can be so much more helpful to like reach out to a student than like staff if you have any problems whatsoever. So yeah, make sure you know what resources are available for you, and make use of them, because everyone wants to help. No question you ask has not been asked before. Nothing's a stupid question, because if it's confusing to you, someone else feels the same way and they just want to help you. So yeah, please feel like welcome and like wanting to like ask questions. I have a small intermission here because I've asked some of my friends, some from Brighton graduates, and some that are my friends at uni, who hopefully will give you some useful tips that are a bit different to mine, that are more personal to them, and just quite like small tips that I asked them to like do for this. So I'll be back in a bit.
Hi there, I would say that my top tip for going into uni would be to try to get the appropriate amount of sleep, because it is important, and to try not to oversleep and miss your lectures after pulling an all-nighter in the library, which you're going to hope that you don't do, but they will end up happening.
I have 2 tips for you guys as new university students. First, make sure you get a gym membership and stay active. And second, make sure you get a bank account ASAP. Do not put it off.
Hi guys, my name's Alan. I'm a second year law student who's a friend of Nashwa's, and I'm in her year. And my first major bit of advice is network. The importance of networking is honestly monumental. So I don't mean networking just online, network online, but also by going to events. I've met alumni from my uni that graduated years ago who have been instrumental in me getting to where I am, and I've also met students from other universities who I would have never met, who have also become really good friends and really good people to rely on when it comes to certain things that I don't know or just need help since they're more experienced. My second bit of advice is try to identify those lecturers, those 1 or 2 lecturers or tutors or friends at uni that you know you can go to for extra help, or that you know you have a good relationship, will help you and go above and beyond for you, whether it's just helping you structure an essay or giving you some feedback, or just find those 1 or 2 lecturers that you know will be there for you and help you, even if the question you're asking them on isn't their like subject area or their topic of expertise. And then my final piece of advice, which is probably a smaller or more minor detail, is try to figure out what kind of person you are when it comes to work. Are you one of those people that likes to do something, methodically, in advance, over a long period of time? Or are you one of those people like me who likes to do something last minute, who likes the adrenaline of those last 48 hours when something's due and just likes the rush and doing it with other people? Try figure out which one works for you. I know friends that can do something 3 weeks in advance and will get top grades, and I know friends that can do something the night before and will get top grades, and there's no one shoe fits all, so you need to figure out what works for you. I hope that helps.
Hi, so one of the best pieces of advice that I can give is actually talking to your markers. Now, I feel like a lot of people might think that this is a very simple thing to do that most people would do anyway, but ultimately a lot of students just receive their feedback on Phaser or whatever system that they use, and then they never actually end up individually speaking to their marker for extra critique. And I think this is a very useful tool, because a lot of times the comments on the feedback that's given online, they aren't very extensive, or sometimes they're a bit unclear. And so one of the best ways to improve your marks is by talking to your markers.
My number 1 tip would have to be to join a club, whether it's an activity you did at Brighton or something completely new. It's just a really nice way of creating a smaller community within the larger uni and getting to know people more personally.
Hey again, so I hope those were useful. So I'll give you just one more tip, which is the friends aspect, which I felt was quite fitting after I had a few of mine sharing some of their tips and stuff, is that you'll learn a lot about friendship at uni. I think I personally learned so much. I made friends, I made more friends, I was in different groups, I found my people, and it's such a process that you learn from. So that's something that you should really bear in mind when you are at university. So usually you'll meet a certain group of people in your first 1 or 2 weeks at uni. Don't feel the need to latch on to those people. If you don't feel like you fit with them, branch out. Go to your lectures and talk to people. Join societies. In your accommodation, ask around, talk to people. Especially in the first 2 weeks, everyone wants to speak to people. They all want to meet new people. So don't be afraid to just speak to people, and who knows where it might take you. So it's just really about not being scared to just stick with the people that you first meet, because I think like that can be such a like a problem that some people have, is that like they meet people and then they go, okay, these are my friends for the rest of my uni degree, and you kind of feel like you're stuck. I know I had probably a different group of friends every single year in every single term, while I've been at uni, and I've loved every bit of it because I've learned from it. I've met so many new people, and I've just expanded my circle so much, and it's just been really great. So yeah, hopefully that was all helpful for you, or at least some of it. Just one thing I'll say is, it's a cliche that everyone says, and it kind of goes over your head, and I know it went over mine, but it's the fact that like when everyone says this is your new home for the next 3 years, and it genuinely is. Like I can't put it in a more like simple way, is that like this is the place you're going to be walking around in every single day. It's a place that, you know, the people around it are going to be your new family, basically. Like if you get sick, they're going to help you. If you need help with your work, they're going to be there to stay up with you on your like all-nighters and bringing you coffee and food. So, you know, make it as comfortable and as homey as possible, and just take every opportunity that you get, because I'm already done with my second year, so I've got 1 year left, and it does not feel like it does go by an insanely quick speed. And so just make the most out of it, and I hope you all have an amazing experience. I will tag my email, or you know, if you have any questions or anything at all, I can ask Mr. Dana to share it with you guys. So please feel free to email me, or even if you find me on Instagram, my name is Nashwa Al on there, if you want to ask anything at all, and I'd be so happy to help. So yeah, bye bye.